morning, students. I welcome all of you to a new session of our chemistry class. In the last class, we already studied the continuation of matter. Under that, we studied the following terms: pure substance, mixture, solution, suspension, and colloid. When you studied about mixtures, you understood that in a heterogeneous mixture, various types of materials are mixed. It may be wanted materials, sometimes it will be unwanted materials. So today we are going to enter a new session of the chapter, that is the importance of separating components of a mixture. Why do we need to separate different components of a mixture? We can discuss with some example. Among different components of mixture, there are many substances which are harmful or not useful for us. To remove these harmful or unuseful components, we need to separate them. For example, tea leaves are separated from the liquid with a strainer while preparing tea. Stone pieces from wheat, rice or pulses are picked out by hand. In your lower classes, you have already studied about simple separation techniques like hand picking, sieving, weaving, filtration, etc. Other than that, in this chapter, we are studying various methods which can be used physically or chemically. So first method we are going to study is how can we separate colored components from ink, that is blue or black ink. How can we separate the colored components from it? The common methods to separate components of a mixture are evaporation, centrifugation, separating funnel, sublimation, chromatography and distillation. The common method used to separate the colored components of ink is evaporation. The experimental setup is as shown in the diagram. Fill half a beaker with water. Put a watch glass on the mouth of the beaker. Put few drops of ink on the watch glass. Now start heating the beaker. You will see that evaporation is taking place from the watch glass. Continue heating as the evaporation goes on and stop heating when you do not see any further change on the watch glass. Observe carefully and record your observation. The blue ink or black ink used in fountain pens is a liquid mixture. It is a mixture of dye in water. This dye is a colored component of the ink which gives it a blue or black color. We can separate the colored components of ink by the process of evaporation. Evaporation is a useful method to obtain colored component from blue or black ink. Ink is a colloidal solution, a heterogeneous mixture of dye and water. When this mixture is heated, water evaporates and dye is left out. So a question may arise why ink is not directly heated in the experiment of separating dyes through evaporation. It is because the dye gets decomposed if it is directly heated on a china dish and we could not be able to separate the ink components, so a water bath is used for evaporation process. In this activity, you want to study two new terms, volatile and non-volatile liquids. These are depending on the difference in the rate of evaporation. Volatile liquids means they evaporate readily or evaporate easily. They have weak attractive force. Non-volatile liquid means they does not evaporate readily and they have stronger attractive forces. The basic principle for obtaining colored component from blue or black ink is that the volatile component, that is the liquid, which can be easily evaporated from its non-volatile solute, that is here the non-volatile solute is dye, is separated by the method of evaporation. So you understood that a volatile component, that is a solvent, is separated from its non-volatile component, that is solute, by the method of evaporation. The second technique today we are going to discuss is centrifugation. This term already you have heard. For what we are using centrifugation? It is used to separate cream and other products that is obtained from milk. So we can study the method of centrifugation with different examples. What is centrifugation? Centrifugation is the process where a mixture is separated through spinning. Centrifuge is a device for separating particles from a solution according the size, shape, density, viscosity of the medium. So what is the principle of centrifugation? Principle of centrifugation is that in a solution, particles whose density is higher than that of the solvent sinks, and the particles that are lightly than it float at the top. The greater the difference in the density, the faster they move. Observe the two test tubes. The first one is a solution before centrifugation and second one is after centrifugation. In the first test tube, you can see that the solute are equally distributed in the solvent. After centrifugation, in the second test tube, the denser particles is settled down and the lighter particles are collected at the top. This is a simple centrifuge machine used for separating different components of milk. Students, just observe this centrifuge machine. It is having a rapidly rotating motor. So you can see two test tubes in that. In the first one, it is a solution of milk. In the second one, you can see that the denser liquid, that is the liquid in the milk, will be settled down and the cream, that is lighter in density, will be settled at the top. So we can collect the cream from the top of the milk using centrifugation. So we can define centrifugation as a method of separating denser particles and lighter particles from a mixture by using a centrifuging machine. Example, if we take some milk in a centrifuging machine and spin it rapidly, the cream separates from the milk because cream is less dense than milk. Each separation techniques have different applications. The important applications of centrifugation can be listed as follows. Important applications of centrifugation are: it is used in diagnostic laboratories for blood and urine tests, used in dairies and homes to separate butter from cream, used in washing machines to squeeze out water from wet cloth. So, my dear students, we can just have a recollection of what all topics we studied today.